Dave Johnston here at Day Trade the Markets, just taking a look at a couple of trades here. This one is in the Emini S&P. I actually put this trade on during the webinar that we just did for the members. We were taking a look at in the ES here where the market had gapped higher today on the heels of a rejection of price below 43. We had a good move here with a blue bar, but we did have the rejection here, and it did come off. It stayed within this magenta for a while, then gave us another sell-off here that eventually did get its high taken out. So the trade was actually put on once this decel bar had its high taken out right here. It did back off a point, and then but has been moving up since then. So it's been unfolding quite nicely here. So that was the one trade in the Emini S&P. We also had a trade in the crude. Here it is here. This is the trade that we were taking a look at in our trading room today. We had the big magenta bar from late yesterday. We had held within that range except late in the day yesterday, where you can see it dipped a little bit lower there. There's the low right there. So this is where we opened today. We did dip down again today, also with some aggressive selling. You can see these magenta bars. The magenta bars in Day Trade the Market software is the most aggressive of the selling bars. And you can see it came down here, didn't quite make a lower low. It actually had a higher low, then a higher low here on the next dip, and then even a higher low. And then it moved up, and once it had taken out this high and got up into this area, it was looking, fairly good. So I ended up by getting long on a dip and a rejection of that dip on this decel bar as soon as its high got taken out here. It came down one more time, made a slightly lower low, came up, tested the high, came down another time. This time it got a higher low instead of a lower low. And then just in the past 20 minutes or so, we've had a nice, since we had, I guess this last about 10 minutes since we stopped the webinar for the members, we've had good follow through on that, and it continues to move up. So I'm going to go ahead and put a sell stop in here just below that last dip, and that's at 83. So I'm going to put it at 79. I could still see the market getting down there, but I think I got to be prudent with the stop on that. And as far as the ES goes, want to go ahead and put a stop in on that one too. The last dip, as you can see, was here, and then we've had the run up, but we have had a couple of these buying bars in here, level 1 buying bars, the light green bars. So I'm going to go ahead and put the stop in just a little bit below there. So I'm going to put it at 61.50. So sell stop at 61.50 on that. We're long from 60. So anyway, just bring you up to date on a couple of trades that we had in the room, and go ahead and pause the recording. Okay, just resume the recording. We're getting a little bit more up movement. We've actually made a new high for the day, so I'm going to go ahead and this last dip was at 62.75, so I'm going to put the stop at 62.25. So just wanted to move that up a little bit. Also, the crude is continuing to rally, so that's a good sign. And I'm going to just raise the stop there a little bit, just below this green bar. We could have another nice green bar, or maybe even a blue bar, come in here, because we're starting to get a pretty good movement higher. But at any rate, I've moved the stop up to 86 on this trade. So trading these a little bit differently. I usually get out partial position, but just trying a new trade management technique, and going more for a day position trade and then managing the full position as one unit. So it's just a different approach. Not that one's wrong or one's right. It's just a different way to manage the trade. So that's why, if you've been following the other videos that I've posted on live trades, that's how I've managed them. But so just going at it a little bit differently here today. Differently in the sense of managing it as I would the second half position. I'm managing it in that same way, but for the entire position, that's all. Okay, we've got a nice blue bar in here. So it's moved all the way up to 53.20. And when you take a look at the kind of action that we had yesterday, the next real good, well, it was actually right at around 8 was the next level of likely resistance. So we're actually above that. And then the next target would be around the 40 area. So it goes from 8 to about 40. So we've locked in, what is this, from 61 to 86. So what's that? 25 ticks. So I think I'll just leave it for the time being and pause the recording. Okay, just resume the recording. We did dip here with the red bar, which is nice to see that its high was taken up rather quickly, so that's a good sign. So for the time being, I'm just going to leave the stop here. That low on that was at 62.75, same as the other low. So I'm just going to leave the stop at 62.25 for right now. And on the crude, I'm going to make an adjustment on this stop. I'm going to increase it a little bit here, just below that second green bar. You can see here that we've got 3 green bars, so a good wave of buying that culminated in a blue bar, which is the most aggressive. So this little consolidation that we had here and then the liftoff, I could put the stop. As a matter of fact, I think I will, come to think of it. Here's the blue is at 53.07. I'm going to raise that stop up to 53.02. I'm going to give it 5 ticks below the low of that blue bar. So 53.02, and we're long from 52.61. So that's a nice 41 tick profit on those 2 contracts each. So that'll be nice, even if it does get hit. But I just want to tighten that up because this area up in here around 8 or so, likely area of resistance. The next one isn't until 40. So anyway, we've made the adjustment. So once again, I'll pause the recording. Okay, just restarting the recording here. We just got nicked on the crude trade here. We're stopped at 53.02 for both the 2 contracts we had. We were long from down here at 61. So it worked out pretty good. That was 41 ticks on each of those 2 contracts. Taking a look here at the ES, it's continuing to move up, and we've had another little dip here. So I'm going to adjust this stop. You can see that we've had a bit of a dip here, and that low is at 63.50. So I'll put the stop there right at 63, and I will move this marker as well. So that's where we stand right now. We're long from 60, and our protected sell stop is at 63 on the long trade. So locking in 3 points per contract on this trade. So that's it for right now. I'll once again pause the recording. Okay, just resuming the recording here. The market has backed off. It's just a tick within us getting stopped. So I just thought I'd restart the recording because it looks like we're going to get stopped, but you never know. That's really all I wanted to do is update that we're getting close to getting stopped. So I'll pause the recording and pick it up should we get stopped or the market turns around and make new highs. Okay, just resume the recording. You can see here was our stop right here. It shifted over. So we just got stopped at 63, and we were long back here after the rejection of the very heavy selling of this magenta bar. It came up, decelerated, and then pulled back a little bit. Got long on a buy stop here, 60. It moved down to 59, and then up here, what did it get to? 64.75. So long from 60. And out of those 2 contracts at 63. So there's a couple of trades that we had in the Day Trade the Markets room today. So this is Dave Johnston with Justin Weinrob with Day Trade the Markets. So I hope you enjoyed that on those 2 trades and learned something. If you have any questions, you can contact us at info@daytradethemarkets.com. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.